Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Really glad you're here, hanging out on a Sunday, I believe. Should be a Sunday that this is coming out. Yeah, I got some stuff to do. Some organizing. Come hang out. Hi. Okay, so this was the ball I used for embroidery, and it was a tangly mess already, so I just kind of went with it. Now, if you're like me and you don't have a yarn winder, I have a very fun DIY. First, you cut yourself a line. That is going to be where your center pole goes. So you got this little line and a toilet paper roll. I like toilet paper rolls for this because I find it's a lot easier to deal with. I'm holding my finger on the inside. I'm going to pull that through. So let's pull this down just a touch more. I like it a little longer just in case it gets pulled too tight. Let's just pull it down here. Now, we start by making an X. And you go up, down, cross over, and you just start crossing them over. It's actually kind of relaxing and very mesmerizing watching the pattern start to pull up. So just go with the gentle feel of where it should come down, kind of like a wave and around. There's no wrong way. Going just around and around and around straight forward, though, will not give you the shape that we're going for. We're going for a little mini cake. And yes, you can make big cakes, but then I would recommend going down way lower. This was not a very big amount of yarn, so I'm just going to do a small, gentle up and down, up and down. This is a partial skein of We Heart yarn in black, charcoal, whatever, from Hobbii. Very soft. Really nice. I really like this yarn. I got a nice bag of it last Christmas, and I've been slowly working through it. And yeah, it goes pretty far, actually. Go, and up, and down. As you can see, it's starting to really take shape. Now it's getting through the yarn pretty fast. So I'm going to end up with a tiny little cake. It's not going to be anything big. I have another yarn that I'd like to put in a cake, so it's easier for me because I don't really like working with the balls. I find they roll off of everything. I don't find them comfortable to work with, and I was always taught to ball them up. So since I came across this, I can turn a cake on its side and just pull through. So yes, I will be getting a yarn winder very soon, I hope. I got one waiting for me here. And then I'll be able to fix up my yarns the way I want to. I don't really like storing them as balls because, like I said, it's just, they take up way so much room in a bad way. And I could do this, and this can be very tiresome on your arms, so be prepared that if you're going to try this, you may need to put it away and come back to it later, and that's a-okay because You can really start to feel it in your arms, especially if you got weak arms like me. And there we go. But it's definitely a workout, that's for sure. Like, I feel it in here and up in here. Which, as many of us ladies know, is not the easiest place to be working out. So, that's pretty good. I mean, no one will complain. You also feel it in your shoulders and possibly your neck if you start looking down too much. So, we're getting to the end of this, and I'll be able to pull it right off. Yeah, I fell to the floor by my feet, which is fine. It's clean. As many of my return viewers know, I just did a big inspection, so my house is really clean. Like today, I did a touch-up vacuum, I did the dishes, and I swept the floors, that kind of stuff. Just minimal amount of stuff I have to do. I'm probably gonna have to do bathrooms again in the next few days, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind cleaning bathrooms. It was a couple weeks ago. I had to take the back of the tank off the one toilet in the hallway because it just keeps molding, which means that you need to clean out the back of the tank. And you have to turn off the water, you have to take the lid off, and I always worry about breaking the lid. I don't know what movie it was I saw, but somebody broke a toilet lid, and that's always haunted me. For some reason, I'm super worried about that happening. The other one, the big intrusive thought that I get quite often is if I bend over to pick something up off the floor and there's a corner of a table or something, I can see it go in my eye. Oh, it just gives me makes me so uncomfortable. People just look at me like, are you alright? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, it just popped in my head. It's nothing that's ever happened to me, but in my mind, it's definitely a thing. Alright, so we got this little spool. This little tiny spool now. And then you just gently pull that guy off. I prefer that not to be like that. But now you have a little itty bitty cake with an end. And that's it. That's it. When they're a little bigger, they will fluff out in the middle, or you can just fluff them in the middle if you prefer. And that's how you make a homemade cake. So, to prepare to make my mittens, I'm going to do the same thing with this Baraka vintage, or is this the baby? Vintage baby. Vintage baby. Okay, because this is... Oh, this one is Sidar. It's not good. So they're not even the same kind. I'm totally. And I'm throwing yarn around, which is not a bad thing. It is later when I want to clean up, which I'll probably have to do tomorrow anyway. So, pulling it through. I will say that, this edge will eventually start coming off, or one of the other ones where it starts to come apart. So, just recycle them when you're done. But you're not doing anything to hurt them, you're not drawing on them, you're not adding anything extra to it. Let's see how this yarn's going to feel when I want to crochet with it. That's what I'm mostly curious about. I've had problems with wool before, and I just used Karen Cake's Macchiato, and it has some wool in it, and it was dreamy. Definitely would get that yarn again. I really like the color, even though the color made me think of raw hamburger, raw meat. The sweater is beautiful. My daughter is obsessed. She wants to wear it every time she leaves. She doesn't want a jacket. She wants her sweater. Her beautiful macchiato sweater, because that's what she wanted for her birthday. And I made it happen. And my mother made it happen. So between the two of us, because Grandma was having trouble finding the yarn in Michael's. They didn't have it with the rest of it. It was on an end cap, and they only had 3 left in the store. And so they were just kind of... Our Michaels here is really desperate for workers. So a lot of stuff is not being done properly. I'm not sure what to say on that. I unfortunately do not have the time on my schedule to go for a 45-minute bus ride there, 45 minutes back, and do a shift. Or I would. I mean, I'd get a discount on yarn, right? Wouldn't I? Probably. We'll see how I feel once the kids get a bit bigger and don't need me around the house. Like, they're all at school, and the biggest one's, he's almost full grown at this point. But right now, I'm doing what I should be doing, what is needed to make my household work. So, that works for me. Playing with yarn keeps me busy and keeping my mental capacity at full tilt. I just got myself a new audiobook. So I just watched the whole series of Shelter on Amazon Prime. It caught my eye, and it turns out the author has a pretty good series going. And the part we just are watching on the TV show is actually a quarter of the story. There is an uncle. I don't know if they're going to talk about an uncle. I really don't think they're going to. I think they turned him into an aunt. I'm not sure how they changed things. I'd have to really get into the books, but the part with the kids that the TV show is based about is got a big lineup of people. So, being that the uncle part was older and published first, I decided I'm going to start with that. So I got 1 book to do. It's about 9 hours, but I got an audiobook, so I'll be able to listen to it while I do other things, which is fantastic. Because I'm finding it difficult to... I love reading, but I find it difficult to just read. I want to crochet. I want to touch something. I want to do something with my hands. I was playing a game recently, and I kept on peeking over at my project. Going, it's a loading screen. Should I just pick up this hook and do a couple stitches while I wait? I'm getting a little obsessed. This is not feeling too bad. So just go around and around, up, down, sort of in an X. You want to spread it out. You don't want it to go like zigzags. You want sort of an X. And it will just keep on building it. And this will make really nice mittens, I think. Because like she said, she's getting older. She doesn't want more trinkets. She wants things that she can use. Because the more trinkets she gets, the more overwhelmed she is. And she's got a bit of a heart problem, so she worries that she'll be leaving me too much junk, things that I wouldn't want to keep myself. Because we did talk about that before. I have 3 boxes of Christmas decorations, and some of the ones that mean a lot to her don't mean anything to me, and my sisters want nothing to do with them, so yeah. We're gonna have to go through them and start picking out what I want to keep and what she would like. But I mean, like her nativity cross stitch. I hung it up last year and it's been up all year. It's in a weird place. It's on the stairs for my son. And we just left it up. I didn't bother. I was like, no. She put well over 300 hours into making that. That can sit up on the wall for a while. My Halloween kitty sits outside my bedroom. If anybody messes with me, they'll see Jesus, baby Jesus, disapproving of his mom and dad. It's a beautiful piece, though. It's very large. So instead of putting it in a box for the rest of the year, it can come out and stay out. I mean, I might put it away this year and, pack it away real nice and that kind of thing. But this year it could stay out. I'm not a big fan of always putting away all the decorations. I have 3 kids, and there are certain things that they absolutely love to see, and I can't put them away. Like, I still have my Christmas tree from last year up. Tiny was so heartbroken, and if she looked at you with her beautiful big eyes with such sad, broken heart, you'd leave the tree too. We haven't plugged it in because the lights are kind of hooped. I will be taking it down fairly soon to pick out different decorations and put new lights on it because the lights that are on there got really hot and I do not want them plugged in. So that's where we're at with that. That's coming up really soon. Getting ready for a new project. I'm gonna find something fun. Maybe I'll knit them. I doubt it though. I can knit. I really can. But knitting is alright. Crochet really, really got my heart. Which is weird because I started with knitting when I was really young. My grandmother taught me. And my grandmother and a book. A very, very old book. I don't even think we have that book. We might. But I found it very frustrating, very difficult. That's probably why I don't like it as much. My grandmother sometimes said the nice things. And sometimes I say the nice things too, because that's what I learned from my grandma. It's okay. It's one of those things that, we'll just continue passing it on for a while. But, yeah, I can knit. I knitted up a few washcloths, but I didn't know better, and I used acrylic, so they're now doll blankets. And some of them have just completely disappeared, like the Homer one. I don't know where that one went. And the 18 bat-shaped ones I did for a birthday party, I meant as napkins. Yeah, I don't know where they all went. It's alright though. My daughter has been pretending to wear the Superman one, so good for her. It was fun doing it, so no complaints. They've been around for well over 12, 13 years, so I'm not going to complain if they're gone missing. Please don't think I'm complaining. I could, but I'm not. So I got one of those puzzle holder dealios where it's a big piece of felt, a giant piece of felt, and you roll up your puzzle. I didn't think it would hold the bottom of the puzzle, so I put a bag on the bottom, getting kind of paranoid, are all my pieces going to fall? The pieces haven't fallen out. I am super, floored by that. Really stick well. I'm probably going to open it up because it's been rolled up for well over a week now, and I kind of want to see if it unrolls easily. Just means I gotta clean off the table tomorrow in the dining room. I'll probably maybe do a bit of filming, but I'll have to do a voiceover because the kids are... Oh, I have kids. And they are very curious and they have very weird stories. Very weird stories. Had a little mini dance party with my tiny one today while I did some crocheting. Everybody was napping. My husband was napping. My son was supposed to be doing homework, but he was playing a game for his dad. Don't ask. I had put my foot down when I figured out what was going on, but we had a little dance party. We listened to the Bullerman song. That's one of her favorites. We listened to the Duck song. If you don't know the Duck song, it is the silliest thing, and my whole family is obsessed with it. This duck walks up to a lemonade stand. He says to the man, "Hey, got any grapes?" We do it all the time. It is a running family joke where we just ask each other randomly, "Hey, got any grapes?" And that's for all three kids. I love that one. And I ended up putting on, okay, this is going to sound so weird. I was listening to Mongolian throat singing. I know. When I say I love music, I mean I really love music. So I was going down a rabbit hole on YouTube and I found some really cool Mongolian throat singing. And every so often I want to hear these guys because these guys really get really hardcore rock. It's good. I like it. So these guys are singing about wolf totems and how they're all warriors and they descend from warriors. It's so cool. They're growling and throat singing and just, oh, I can't do it. But I love to hear it. And they are Mongolian. So it's not like I'm just being funny. I'm serious. They are actually from Mongolia. And I don't understand half of it, but I was able to find a translation. And yeah, it's a really cool fight song. And about honoring their heritage of being fearsome warriors, and it really feels like that. They really got it. The music, the whole thing just really plays through. So then it flips to like the next song, and if you like harder music, there is a little Japanese group, and they are absolutely amazing. There are a lot of hardcore, big time, famous, well-known heavy metal artists that say that these little Chinese girls at their band are the real deal. And they really are. They are fantastic. Their band plays so good. Like the music is just, I just want to scream with it. Okay, I do. Anyways, the three lead singers are the little Japanese schoolgirls, and they're so cute. They're so adorable with their little pigtails and their little tutus and their little. And I don't know the real words to the songs, but we kind of made up our own. Song's called "Gimme Chocolate." It is good. It's by Baby Metal. "Gimme Chocolate" by Baby Metal. If you want to listen to something that just sounds so hard and actually means the fluffiest fun thing ever, I will say you can't go wrong. They're singing about how they would love to have a piece of chocolate. That's why it's called "Gimme Chocolate." How they're so hungry. Nama, nama, nama. Oh my gosh, it's the best. And the little dances, and they are so cute. And the song is so hard, and it hits. My youngest, my 3-year-old, has been in love with that song since the moment she heard it. It is her favorite thing to hear. She does the dance. She does the headbanging. And this little miss, she is a big fan of shanties. Like, she loves the Wellerman. That is one of her favorite songs. Her dad has it as his ringtone now, and she gets all excited when people call him. But "Gimme Chocolate" and the Wellerman are her favorite songs. She likes lots and lots of music. She loves dancing. She loves singing. I could put on music all day long for her, and she would be the happiest little thing. But those are the ones that she loves the best. She will listen to them all day long. She is a big fan of Crazy Frog, which is a ridiculous cartoon frog. The Axel Foley one is her favorite, which is basically the theme song from Beverly Hills Cop 2, so I'm in. Dun, 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 dun. up my alley there. What Does the Fox Say? We like that one a lot in my house. She likes a couple Justin Bieber songs. Not as much as she used to. She did for a brief time, and now she's just She likes the video for Yummy Yummy because she yells at him to get off the table when he's dancing on the table, because he should not be on the table they're eating, and he should not be dancing on that table. And there's a cat on the table, and we get really upset about the cat. Get off the table, Kitty. That's not appropriate. The things. She has just been getting into Yo Gabba Gabba, which is a great show. That one I used to watch with my son, and it taught him so much about manners and all sorts of behavioral things like waiting your turn, not biting your friends. That is a wicked song. Don't bite your friends. Don't bite your friends. And the household favorite has always been There's a Party in My Tummy. For those picky eaters, there's a party in my tummy. So yummy, so yummy. There's a party in my tummy. So yummy, so yummy. And yeah, so the green beans wanted to go to the party at the tummy because Broby, the green guy, did not want to eat his green beans, but the green beans and the carrots started crying because they really wanted to go in with the chicken and the cheese. So they wanted to be in the party in the tummy. It's a good lesson. Yeah, had a nice dance party today with her. Watching her doing all her moves, dancing like a baby robot, she says. Just loving life with her beautiful curls. Just long curls. Which is really quite odd because the only person that's really in our families that really has had curls has been my grandmother, and that's 2 generations ago, but she seems to have a bit of a tighter curl, which is okay. I'm not going to complain. I just hope I can help her take care of them properly, because I don't know how to take care of curls. I can take care of straight hair, but curls, that's a little different. So this is what we're looking at. See, this one is much bigger than this one, because there's more yarn involved. I'm probably going to put the 2 together, and just, I'm not going to knot them together. You see, you can just sit there, watch TV, doing this if you don't really feel like doing the thing, but you want to touch the yarn. It is a really nice exercise, and just touching the yarn and letting it flow through your fingers and getting that endorphins or whatever that is that it's expressing, the calming, the beauty, whatever it is that you get from squeezing the yarn. I'm not even doing this tight. I'm going nice and loose, just giving her. I always try to make sure that I keep shape, because I don't want to keep going up high. So I'm going to have to tighten that part and that part down. And just sort of not go so high up anymore. You'll figure it out as you go, because you don't want it to end up being round. I like it more cake-like. So at this point, I stop going to the top. I stop here. And at the bottom, same thing. I don't go all the way to the bottom. I go near it, but not quite. Because I'm trying to build it outwards, not upwards. When you do that, it ends up like almost a cone. So you have to watch out for that kind of thing. And I mean, my first few came out looking like balls. Just balls. And I've had a few of them come out just looking kind of weird. But like, you can't see them right now. They're behind jam. But I do have a couple of a Dahlia Halloween cake that I split in half because I wanted it thinner. Just because I want to make a lightweight shirt or shawl, like super lightweight. I like doing the dahlias in 2. It is really tricky because you're doing 2 of these at the same time, and you're trying to keep your very, very fine cotton from tangling, and it probably will tangle. but it's worth it in the end. My Mad Scientist shirt, I did that with it, and I got so much out of it, and it's so lightweight, and I love the feel of the cotton. It is so perfect. I can wear it all year round if I want to. All I have to do is put on a longer sleeve shirt or something underneath it, and I can just throw it on over whatever I'm wearing, and it'll just work out really well. Okay, how much of this do I have left? Oh, I've still got about half a bowl. So, we're going to cut it off there, because this is getting to be quite a long video. Maybe. It sounds like it's starting to rain outside, which could turn to snow quite easily. Now, some places it has snowed. Not here yet. We're close. We're very close. I usually know when it's going to snow soon. This is so mesmerizing. I just love watching the different pattern. Like, I can't even look at the camera. But then again, I do like watching videos of people using their knitting machine and their yarn spinners. I find those to be so very, 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 very gratifying and relaxing. They are super satisfying. They're up there with people cleaning throw rugs. Oh, I like that. Watching the mud just flow out is the coolest thing. Look how clean that rug is. Ooh, they're adding more water. Just slooch it along. Slooch it along. How dirty is that? I also like clean with me videos. Those are pretty satisfying. Especially ones where they're helping people who are having difficulties getting started. Because I've been there. I've been there before where my depression was so bad. And I just could not. So, postpartum, I've had bad postpartum and everything's left to me, and I just couldn't do it. I kept the baby alive, clean, fed, and I kept myself fed, not clean, barely alive. So, you know, baby steps. Big struggles, but you know, I'm not going to sit there and judge you. Would love to see you be able to at least get rid of things that rot. That's my minimum. As long as you don't have rotting food, I can step around things. If you don't have diapers and pads up to the ceiling in your bathroom, we're good. Mostly. I've seen some pretty bad hoarding situations on videos and TV and stuff where it's just, no. Please don't pee in that jug and save them all. Please stop doing that. Don't do that. That is so bad. And watching the hazmat suits and all that come on because they have to clean up these horrific messes. Exploding cans because the cans are so old and the food inside has become super dangerous. Like, ugh. I get really iffy about cans. If you drop a can and it gets a dent, there's a chance it might turn to botulism. So I get really nervous. And now cans are super thin. They're not as thick as they used to be. You can bend a can pretty easily. And before you could bend the can and know for sure that, hey, maybe this isn't in the best shape. They wouldn't bend before, now they do. And all my ways of telling have gone out the window. So that's fun, because yeah, botulism is one I'm always worried about, because you can't. Oops. Apparently my phone has decided that my video was long enough, and it turned itself off. As I was saying, botulism, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, and yeah, I've had my food safe a few times. Listerina reminds me of Listerine. It is the same deal where you just can't tell. Salmonella is another one. And all of the foodborne illness is just not my favorite. So when I was anytime I've worked in the kitchen, I'm absolutely militant on cleaning. Everything has to be clean. You threw that on the floor, then you're gonna have to get a new one. You have to wash that one. You're gonna have to scrub that. Go wash your hands. I just saw you rub your nose. Yeah. Just one of those things where I just didn't want people getting sick. It's awful when you get food poisoning. I've had it before. I cannot handle spinach dip anymore, and I love spinach dip, and I haven't had it in a good 10 years. It made me so sick the last time I had it. Just brutally sick. Don't recommend. Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, we're getting close to the end here. Just wanted to make it to the end of this because, as you can see, this does take a few minutes to do. And we're getting a really nice shape going. I kind of want to pull it out, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Getting it to be a little more cake-like, which is what I was going for. Yeah, we're right at the end. But it's the weekend, and I notice a lot of people don't put out a lot of videos, so maybe I can fill some voids, hang out, keep you company while your favorites aren't around. And that's cool too. Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful color though. Burnt umber is what I'm calling it. Burnt orange. Burnt. Not burnt. I'm probably going to stop at the end of this one, and I'm not going to pull this out because I do think I'm going to put the other one in, so I will definitely give you an update on what it looks like with both. It's going to be a pretty good sized cake. And yeah, this is kind of what I'm planning on doing with a lot of my scrap. I would like to make a multicolor, crazy ball. I've seen a few on Etsy and stuff like that, and I thought they were really neat because the only thing that is uniform is the fact that they're the same weight. So the things you can make, right? I could definitely do some fun stuff. I do want to recover the seats of my dining room chairs, like the one I'm sitting on. They are very, very uncomfortable, and they are very much falling apart. And I'd like to get to that. I've got my staple gun ready to put some material over it, and then probably just do a granny square and just fold both over so there's something coming through the granny square in a fun color, and I'd like to do multicolored. So I don't want to do something uniform. I don't want it to look like that, but then my dark furniture is going to look kind of weird. I don't know. I've got some time to think about it, like lots of time to think about it. Oh, I can see the bottom. We're already here. Why don't you do that? Okay, we're going to finish this up. I'm going to put this aside because my shoulders are feeling it. And I will be finishing this probably in the next day or two, and I will definitely show what that looks like. I am going to put you cute little thing right there. That's a great spot for that. I will be using it fairly soon. I know I will. I always use a lot of black, so I'm probably going to be working on my Ninja Turtle corner to corner. Possibly tomorrow. Definitely not tonight. Getting tired. There we go. And here we are at the end of this. Okay, so maybe what I can do is just push this a little bit. So we are a cake. Once you pull this out and this comes in the middle more, it is a cake. A real cake. It's not going to miss its shape. It's not going to do anything weird. It's going to act like a real cake. And it is unbelievable how simple that is with just a paper towel, or as I prefer, the toilet paper roll. You get yourself a nice little cake. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye.